Do you struggle with organization in your home? Maybe you don't see yourself as a tidy or neat person. Maybe you just think of yourself as messy and you're frustrated constantly because despite all of your efforts, you seem to just wind up where you started from. I can totally relate to that, and I don't think that I've talked about this much on my channel, but I'm coming clean with you today and letting you know that I am a former slob. Growing up, my mom was a very wonderful example of how to keep a neat and tidy home. She's basically a natural born neat freak, and I mean that in the best possible way. But I did not inherit that gene from her, and I didn't have the same skill set that she did. It wasn't natural to me, and I struggled with it for a long time. The only thing I was born with was the ability to pack all of the clutter into my closet and under the bed when I was told to clean my room. Believe me when I say that it was epic. My lack of organizational skills showed up in all areas of my life, such as in school, where I frequently handed in homework late because I couldn't find it in my disaster of a notebook, and I wasted valuable study time looking for my notes. I tried to hide my messiness from my mom, but inevitably she would discover what I hoped would stay hidden, and consequently I spent many Saturdays grounded in my room until my closet and under my bed passed her inspection. If you can relate to that, definitely let me know down in the comment section. Fortunately, my study skills improved throughout high school and college. But sadly, when it comes to homemaking, it took me quite a long time to figure things out. As a former messy person, I can tell you that it wasn't laziness or lack of desire to have a tidy home. It was the lack of organizing skills, which were not a natural part of my character. My journey from slob to neat and organized was a long one with many bumps in the road. In fact, we recently moved and I still have a storage room that will give you a hint of the former slob that still lives within me. This closet really bothers me, but by now I know that if I can just set aside the time to tackle it, it'll get done, it'll be transformed, and I promise to take you along for that. So be looking out for that video sometime soon. All that to say that I'm living proof that you too can be transformed, and I think I have some tips that will help you get there faster. Today, I'm going to be in the kitchen sharing with you some of my habits, and the key word is habits, that I have developed that really help me set up very functional organization in our kitchen that's easy to maintain so that things stay tidy. Let's get started. The single biggest change you can make, and the thing that will kickstart the process, is to pare down what you own to only the things that are useful and that you actually use. It's okay to have items that only have occasional use, such as Christmas china or a pretty teapot, but if you choose to allow them a place in your kitchen, then you must make an effort to use them during the holiday season or for that special occasion. The fewer of these sorts of sentimental items you hold onto, the more likely you are to remember to use them and to get enjoyment out of them. We use our wedding china now after years of saving it for a special occasion. Those occasions would often come and go, and many times I was hesitant to use it because I didn't feel like hand washing them. Now they have a prominent home in our kitchen and we use them weekly, and love how any meal is elevated when we use our fine china. I know that many of you might strongly disagree, but I wash them in the dishwasher to make using them a pleasure and not a chore. So far so good, and I'm willing to risk damaging them because otherwise they will sit in a cabinet, and after we have passed on, will wind up at the donation center. They may still go to the donation center eventually, but not without first serving their purpose in our home. Once you have taken this step, you will find organizing the things that you choose to keep so much easier. Establish routines and stick to them. Creating habits that keep the kitchen in order throughout the day will signal to your family to do the same. Clutter attracts clutter, and dirty dishes piling up at the sink will attract more of the same. If you have a dishwasher, ask your family members to put their dishes in after they use them, whether after a meal or a snack. Otherwise, they can learn to quickly wash them and set them out on the counter to dry. We all have days when keeping on top of everything is just not possible, and despite your best efforts, you are confronted with a messy kitchen. Rather than procrastinating, I have disciplined myself to take care of whatever needs doing after dinner. Once that is done, I will enjoy time with my family. Sometimes work keeps me from completing everything immediately after dinner, so I find it very worthwhile to take the extra time needed to get it done before bedtime. I am rewarded in the morning with a beautifully clean kitchen and a fresh start for the new day. Recognize the difference between tidy and clean. Tidying needs to happen first. It is returning things to their designated home. When all items are back in their place, you will be able to clean much more effectively and quickly. That means everything in your kitchen needs to have only one place where it belongs. This is where the actual organization happens. In my last video, I shared my 7 tips for organizing that will work for any space in your home, including the kitchen. So if you missed that, I will link it for you in the description box. Create categories for the items that belong in your kitchen and group them together. Then locate them in a drawer or cabinet close to where you will use them. I recently moved our plates to the drawer below our silverware at the end of the counter to make setting the table easier. I also have things like a crock on the countertop next to the stove with the utensils I use while cooking, and all of our coffee, tea, and other beverage items are in drawers near our coffee maker and teapot. These are just some examples. Every kitchen is different, so find out what works for you in your own kitchen. And that brings me to the next tip. Be willing to accept that you might not get it right on the first or second or even third try. I have learned to recognize when something isn't working well, and I try to come up with a better solution. Trial and error is perfectly okay. You don't have to empty out every drawer and cabinet and completely overhaul your kitchen when something doesn't go well. Just address the pain points and leave the things that are working just as they are. For example, if something that you use daily is in a hard-to-reach location, see if you can swap places with something else to keep your kitchen functioning smoothly. Make just one small change and see if it helps. This is part of maintaining the space. Be patient with the process and know that you will get there. Find joy in these new habits that you are forming. Yes, it takes some discipline, especially in the beginning. Organizing skills can absolutely be learned, and not only that, you can learn to take pleasure in your routines. God is a God of order, and we are created in His image, so it makes sense that creating order will bring peace to your kitchen. Not only will it function and look better, but it will make the heart of your home a calm, welcoming place for your family, and I promise you will want to spend time in it preparing and serving them meals more than ever. Finally, give yourself grace. A perfectly tidy and clean kitchen should never be prioritized above all else. In reality, there are many things that are more important. My purpose in encouraging you to work on developing these habits is that I know how chaotic things can be when you have no idea how to create order in your home. Anxiety and frustration are much more likely, cooking and baking can become drudgery, and the piling clutter can quickly overwhelm you, none of which brings peace to your home. I know you can go from slob to organized because I did, and I'm here to cheer you on. I have many videos on decluttering and organizing, along with homemaking videos to give you encouragement as a wife, mom, and keeper of your home. I will list a few in the description box to get you going, and you'll find many more on my channel homepage. If you enjoyed today's video and want to see more, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It's absolutely free and you can really help out my channel. We are getting close to 100,000 subscribers thanks to the amazing community of subscribers here at Faith and Flower. I appreciate you so much for supporting my channel and for all of your kind words and encouragement. Thank you for spending your time with me here today. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful week.